came but looks are fine. I see. Pulls a metal time. Quarter. Thunders down the line. Henry. Really knows the stuff. Henry. Keeps on huffs and puffs. Henry. First to help and share. Tomy. Will I say his way? Birds through their 4, their 6, their 8. Shunting trucks and hauling freight. Red and green and brown and blue. They're the really used to do. All the different roles that they round in the shed so far away. Down the hills and down the bends. Thomas and his friends. Birds through their 4, their 6, their 8. Shunting trucks and hauling freight. Red and green and brown and blue. They're the really used to do. All the different roles that they round in the shed so far away. Down the hills and down the bends. Thomas and his friends.
Salty and Porter. It was a busy day on the island of Sodor. Because that there are a lot of things to take care of, another engine covers for another engine who works there. One day, Thomas and Percy arrived at Brendam Docks to collect some cars. As Thomas was backed down onto his cars, something surprised him from behind. Surprise! Fizzlin' fireboxes! Ahoy, matey! Did I scare you? Yes, you did. That was rude of you. Sorry, it's just a little surprise. Arr.
Did he just give you a fright, Thomas?
Yes. How did you know my name?
Cranky told me everything about you and the other engines as well. My name is Porter, and that red diesel that surprised you, his name is Salty.
Salty? Porter? Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is only from me, Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Who was that, Thomas?
That was Porter. The other engine you kind of missed was Salty. He gave me a fright. Salty and Porter were two of Sir Topham Hatt's new engines. Salty is a BR Class 07 dockside diesel, and Porter is an HK 060 ST dockside tank engine. And they always work together when things get very busy at Brendam Docks. They make a great team, and are the best of friends, too. But one day, the dockyard manager had news that will separate Salty and Porter's relationship. I had received a message from Sir Topham Hatt. He wants you, Salty, to go to Knapford Station. Me? But what about the harbor yard? Porter can't handle everything here by himself. Who's gonna work with him? I don't know, but I think Sir Topham Hatt will find some engine for that. Soon Salty arrived at Knapford Station. Sir Topham Hatt was there, waiting for him. Ah, Salty! Here you are at last. Bill and Ben had gone into trouble at the quarry. Oh? An accident, sir? What happened to them? Well, they were playing freight car football. The truck got derailed, the twins were buffer to buffer facing each other, fighting, and came off the rails. James and Edward are taking them to the steamworks to be repaired. Mavis won't be able to handle things at the quarry on her own. So, Salty, you will have to help Mavis with an important job while Bill and Ben are away. But sir, who will work with Porter at the docks? Isabella will work with Porter. Salty was a little nervous when he arrived at the quarry. Mavis was glad to see him. Hello, Salty. Thanks for coming to the quarry. We have an important job to do here.
Ahoy, Mavis! The pleasure is from me. Sort of. What important job do we have to do?
Well, we have to shunt the cars, fill them with stone, and have them ready for Henry, Hero, and Murdoch's trains.
That's it?
Well, we have to shunt all of those cars first.
All those cars?
Yes. It's a very important job, but we have to get those cars ready. Now come on. Let's get to work.
Oh, coming.
Working at the quarry isn't the same as working down at Brendam Docks. Everywhere Salty can see is nothing but rocks. Rocks, rocks, rocks. And Salty didn't like it at all.
Oh, I wonder if Porter is handling things at the docks as bad as I am here in the quarry.
Porter was fine on his own for a while when Isabella arrived. Hello, are you Porter?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
I'm Isabella, one of the Danville Locos.
Well, it's such a pleasure to meet you, Isabella. Are you here to work with me?
Yes, I am. Sir Topham had sent me here. What do I have to do? You tell me and I'll do it.
Okay.
Salty? Salty! Where are you? We're supposed to get the job done.
Oh, sorry, Mavis. I'm just not feeling like myself at all. I feel like my cooling fans are running slow.
Your cooling fans? Oh, wait a minute. You're just sad because you're missing Porter and the docks.
I am.
Well, just think about it, Salty. The sooner we finish the job together, the sooner you'll go back to work at the docks with Porter.
Well then, let's get shunting, filling, and getting the job done. Full speed ahead! Arr!
That's it, Porter. Everything is done.
Thank you, Isabella. You were such a good help for me. The sooner Salty will return, the sooner you could go back to Knapford Sheds. I just hope he won't have you stick around to hear any of his tales of the sea.
Mavis. Henry, Hero, and Murdoch have picked up their trains.
Well done, Salty. Sir Topham Hatt will be very pleased that you have been really useful.
Sir Topham Hatt arrived on board Edward. Well done, Salty! You've helped Mavis with the stone cars and got them ready for Henry, Hero, and Murdoch. You are a really useful engine.
Arr! Thank you, sir. Does this mean I can go back to the docks?
Of course you can, Salty. Bill and Ben won't be back until they'll be repaired tomorrow. So, I'll have another engine to be with Mavis until they get back from the steamworks.
Thank you, Salty. You did a good job.
Salty, welcome back. How was your day?
Arr, Porter. It was quite a day, matey. Treasure searching at the quarry. There were rocks and boulders in the treasure cave. Mavis was my trusted assistant hunting for gold.
Wow!
Mavis?
We mined the treasure cave, rock to rock, and came across skeletons alive from the dead. But together, we battled against them to get the treasure. Arr.
Salty spent the rest of the day telling his story about treasure searching, skeletal battle, and heroic pirates. Admitting, even when he was able to work by himself, he was more happy when he was working with Porter at Brandon Docks. My fair lady. It was spring on the island of Sodor. The engines had been helping out with the spring preparations. There were the same amount of passengers and freight that had to be delivered to their destinations on time. It was a busy day for the engines, but it's good to help a friend. One day, Thomas and James were in the sheds. Sir Topham Hatt came to see them. Thomas and James, I have a special assignment for you.
Ooh, a special for me and Thomas? What is it?
Well, the two of you are to work with a special tank engine that had returned to help out on the island. There are a lot of stone cars that have to be taken to Brendam Docks. It is a very special and a very important job, too. So the three of you will have to be quick and efficient. Yes, sir, we won't let you down.
A special tank engine? Who is that?
I don't know, James, but we better get to the quarry and collect the stone cars. And so they did. At the quarry waited Scruffy, Hector, and the stone cars, along with a friend from Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Lady, the Golden Engine. Ever since the chase and the defeat of Diesel 10 from the viaduct, Lady had restored the Magic Railroad to its magical glory. But this year, she has come to the island of Sodor for a visit and here to help out. Thomas and James arrived at the quarry. Lady greeted them warmly.
Hello, Thomas. It's wonderful to see you again.
Lady? You are the special tank engine? Why am I not surprised? It's been a long time, Lady. I'm glad to see you again, too.
Do you know each other?
can say that.
Thomas was the one who traveled the magic railroad and brought me to Sodor. I gave Mr. Conductor and Senior Junior the magic gold dust they needed. It's like I said, helping each other brings to life the magic in all of us.
Well, what brings you here to Sodor?
I'm here to help you and Thomas take the stone cars to Brindham Docks. It's a very special and important job. So Thomas has orders.
Hold that thought. Thomas, a moment. Back here. Why would such up and hat want us to work with a tank engine like her? She's not strong enough to pull some of those stone cars.
Well, she can at least pull one or two of them. We can easily take the rest of the cars.
Why take some of the cars that we can take them with her in one whole entire journey?
What? One whole entire journey? That's ridiculous.
We can be as good as Hero or Murdoch. You, me, and that tank engine. We'll be quick and efficient just like the top of the hat said. What do you say?
I don't know. It's best we take separate cars in order.
Taking separate cars will take forever. I say we take them all together.
Hey, what's taking you two so long?
Okay.
Yes! Thomas and I talked it over and well, I was thinking we should take all the cars in one train.
All the cars in one train?
That's a bad idea, James. It's not gonna work. Yeah. It's best the three of you take separate cars. That's what I told James. He said Lady's not strong enough to pull some of the cars.
Oh, James, I can easily take one or two cars. You and Thomas can take the rest.
That's what I told James as well.
I will make the decisions. We'll take all the cars in one train.
So Thomas and James shunted Scruffy, Hector, and the stone cars into one long line. Then the engines were coupled together, James pulling the train, Thomas in the middle, and Lady at the front. Then they started slowly off. The three engines were soon coasting along the line. Thomas, James, and Lady stopped at a signal. Toby was in a siding. He was taking on water.
Hello, Thomas, James, and Lady.
Where are you three off to? To Brindham Docks. We have to take these stone cars there. James had us take too many of them.
That's all the cars for the three of you to take. It will take all day for you to take the track straight ahead. Brindham Docks is a long way away.
Well then, we'll take the track down Thomas's branch line.
James didn't want the decisions to be made by Lady, especially in front of Toby.
I'll make the decisions. We'll take the track over Gordon's Hill and across the viaduct. It's the quickest way.
So when the signal changed, Thomas, James, and Lady started again. They soon came to Gordon's Hill. When they huffed and puffed to the top, they started to puff down the other side of the hill. But the heavy weight of the train pushed them faster and faster. Oh no! This isn't good!
Whoa! Busway buffers!
Whoa, boy, this is gonna be quite a ride.
The heavy train pushed Thomas, James, and Lady on and on. Towards a junction lay ahead. One line went for the viaduct. The other line went to the woods. The engines rattled through the junction and onto the wrong track. James thought they were racing toward the viaduct, but they weren't. They were racing into the woods.
Thomas! James! Apply your brakes now! We have to stop!
Thomas and James applied their brakes, and so did Lady. They crashed through a thick wall of bushes and came to a stop. Bless my buffers! That was a weird ride. Lady looked around. Everything was very quiet.
Oh no, where are we?
Lost. Apparently.
Flaming funnels, we're in the woods.
James, we were meant to take the track down Thomas's branch line, but we haven't. Now look what you've got us into.
Hey, I'm just getting jumped on as quickly as possible.
No, you're not. Your decision was wrong.
Now how are we going to get out of the woods? I don't know, but Sir Topham Hatt will be cross if we were late with the stone cars.
Not to worry, Thomas. We'll back up inch by inch until we're out of the woods. Then we'll find out where we are.
But James didn't want the decisions to be made by Lady.
I will make the decisions. We'll keep moving forward about a few miles through the woods.
So Thomas, James, and Lady continued on through the woods. The forest is a place full of green trees, where the birds brush their wings in the air. The leaves rustle on the branches by light wind in the season of spring. The children are laughing as they're having fun, sliding down the slide, climbing monkey bars, and swinging on the swings at the playground in the season of spring. Some children are on an Easter egg hunt, looking for eggs. Other children are having a picnic with their parents. You can see a lot of things from the forest, for especially in the month of March. There's a month of laughter and happiness, all in the season of spring. All in the season of spring. They were nearly a few miles when Lady began to know where they are.
Clear sky, open spaces. We must be out of the woods.
Hooray!
What a relief.
At least James's decision was right this time. If he makes one decision wrong the last time, we'll ignore him completely.
Now we can make a break with the docks and finish the job while we can. Well, shall we get moving?
Of course, James. I hope we're not too late.
How are we doing for time, Lady?
We should be almost there, Thomas. I think.
Let's get it over with. Let's get it over with.
The three engines were soon faced with a choice at a junction. One line went to Henry's Tunnel. The other line led to Lower Titman Station. Okay, what do you two think? Should we take the track through Henry's Tunnel, or ask the station master at Lower Titman Station for directions?
Oh, well, I do want to ask the station master for directions.
I'd rather take the trek through the tunnel. It might be the fastest way to the docks.
Oh, the fastest way?
I made the last 2 decisions last time and they went wrong. I made one decision right and nothing happened. In fact, you'd be surprised I have more than that many decisions on me to make.
You have more decisions? You wouldn't make us.
I would.
A friend wouldn't do that to me.
A friend wouldn't make me do that either.
Then I guess you're no help at all.
Not anymore. Just act like you're any different you always do what you want, and that's all there is to.
Fine!
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 James! Lady! Not that hard!
Whoa!
The coupling between Thomas and James had broke. Thomas and Lady had left James with Scruffy, Hector, and the stone cars.
Oh, good riddance!
Oh, bother! Oh, the indignity! Hello, Thomas. Hello, Lady. What are you two doing here? We're here to ask the station master for directions to Brendam Docks. The two of us have to take the stone cars we left back at the junction to there. The two of you? You said 3. Isn't James with you and Lady?
No, Henry, darling. We left that no help at all engine at the junction. He is no use to us. Since Thomas is with me now, we should wait for the station master to give us directions and head back to the junction for the stone cars.
Okay then, if that's what you two will do, the station master won't be back until later on.
Must get stone cars to Brendam on time. Oh, God.
Hey, James. Are you pulling all those stone cars? Where are Thomas and Lady? Were they supposed to be helping you?
Yes, I am. I don't know where they are. I don't care. And no, they are not helping me.
Lady said I am no help at all, but she's just being the lady and being addressed as such.
But the ship at the docks will be leaving soon. Do you need some help?
No, Edward, no. I'm fine. I'm close with Lady now, and I have to be quick and efficient.
I wouldn't be sure of that. You might burst your safety valve or break down or something.
Rubbish. I'm strong enough to pull those cars myself. I must run the railway.
That's my line. Whatever. Meanwhile, at Lower Tedman Station, Thomas and Lady were still waiting when the station master came out. Hello, Thomas and Lady? What are you two doing here? We wanted to ask you for directions to Brendam Docks. How do we get from where we were to there? It's just through the level crossing after this station, then down along Edward's branch line past Sudbury. Through the level crossing after this station? Lady, you were right with this decision.
Whatever you do mean, Thomas?
We asked the station master for directions. He told us where to go. Through the level crossing after this station, then down along Edward's branch line past Sudbury. And we just left James back at the junction with Scruffy, Hector, and all of the stone cars. I think the coupling must have broken off when you and James were pulling against each other. I was still in between the two of you.
What? You mean you still have James's coupling attached to yours?
Yes, and James must be struggling to pull the cars on his own. We've got to help him. James James had not gone fast enough when he began to feel sorry that he had decided to take the heavy stone cars to the docks, all on his own. It was hard work to get them moving, but Thomas and Lady were racing along the main line to catch up. James was nearly at the next junction when he began to run out of puff.
Come on, James. You can do it.
But it was no use. James groaned to a halt.
It's no use. I wish we'd taken the cars separately. I wish we'd taken the track down Thomas's branch line. I wish he could have backed out of the woods. Well, that decision went right, and I wish we had asked the station master at Lower Tidmouth Station for directions. Now I know Lady was trying to help me. I wish Thomas and Lady were here right now.
James, thank goodness we found you. I thought Thomas and I would have left you back at the junction all alone.
Are you alright, James?
Not alright enough to be quick and efficient. No. I was cross with you, Lady, for leaving me behind, so I decided to keep on going so I would be as good as Hero and Murdoch. But Edward came past and offered to help me, so I refused to have his help and carried on with triumph. Then even after I gave it up, I realized you were trying to help me and Thomas by being a really useful engine, so I wished that I had listened to you in the first place. I'm so sorry, Lady. Please, can you ever forgive me?
Oh, James, darling, I forgive you, but we still have to get the stone cars to the docks before the ship leaves.
Any chance we could do something about the stone cars? The three engines soon had the train in separate order. Now which way to Brendam?
Why don't we ask our fair lady?
Lady looked ahead. The track on the left went further down Gordon's express line. The other track on the right went past the Sodor Search and Rescue Center. The right track is the fastest route to Brendam Docks. We'll take the track past the Search and Rescue Center. Let's go! So Thomas, James, and Lady hurried with Scruffy, Hector, and the stone cars, all the way to Brendam Docks.
Here we are, sir. Sorry we took so long. I hope we didn't miss this ship.
Where have the three of you been? This is the special assignment you three made all day. It's a long story, sir. You see, James had us take all of the stone cars in one journey. He made some decisions wrong, and he and I were pulling against each other when the coupling between Thomas and James broke. After we asked the station master at Lower Tidmouth Station for directions, I realized that we left James pulling the heavy stone cars all on his own. By the time we caught up with him, James was feeling sorry that he had been such a bossy engine. He promised he'll listen to me and asked me to forgive him. Well, I'm not surprised. Pulling far too many cars, making wrong decisions, and leaving you, James, behind to handle the job on your own. Were you being involved as well, Thomas? No, sir, I wasn't. It was James's fault for the trouble he got us into. He was trying to be quick and efficient. I said the three of you have to be quick and efficient. But you haven't. You, James, have caused confusion and delay. Tomorrow, James will work with Lady bringing stone from the quarry to the docks. And Stepney will take James's coaches. What about me, sir? Well, you can just go back to your branch line, Thomas. Oh, thank you, sir. Bad luck, James. The next morning, James went back to the quarry. Lady was already there, Her cars were loaded and ready to go.
I'm sorry about yesterday, lady. I should have listened to you anyway.
That's all right, James. You need to learn from your mistakes, that's all.
So I guess you'll take at least 1 or 2 cars?
Yes, yes I am. And you should take 4 or 6 cars.
Alright, of course.
See you at Brandon.
But as Lady was nearing at Brendam Docks, James came racing alongside. And this time, he was pulling only 2 cars.
James, darling, you know you can't take more than that.
Well, I don't think I can take 6 cars. To be honest, it's much better this way. I'll save time the fast way.
Oh, James!
But James wasn't really saving time. He was just ending up being silly. Engines and dinosaurs. The engines on the island of Sodor like to talk about whatever is happening on the island during the day's adventures. And sometimes they tell each other spooky stories, like ghostly engines and scary trains. But Percy, the little green engine, doesn't like that at all. One evening, the engines were at Tidmouth sheds, resting their wheels, cooling their boilers, and talking about the day's adventures, as usual. But Percy decided to talk to Thomas and asked him if they can talk to each other privately in their berths. And they did. What's the matter, Percy? Are you afraid of one of us might tell spooky stories again?
No, of course not. I was only upset with every engine, making fun of how scared I've become whenever I hear scary tales from them.
Oh, is that all? If those stories were getting too scary, you should have asked any of us to drop it or save them for tomorrow night.
That's what I'm afraid of as well.
If you really don't want me to, I won't tell the other engines that you're scared to ask the engines. It's not necessarily a bad thing. The next day, Percy was out taking the mail train. After all the mail was delivered, Percy dropped off his mail cars in the yard and took some cars to the quarry to bring some stone to the docks. Along the way, he spotted a construction site as he crossed the suspension bridge.
Hey, what's going on over there? I will have a look on the way back from docks.
And Percy did. It was a big construction site. The Scottish twin engines, Donald and Douglas, were there, working with the Sodor construction crew. The main construction machines include Jack the front loader, Max and Monty, the twin dump trucks, and 2 excavators, Oliver and Alfie.
Hello, Percy. What brings you here, lad?
Hello, Donald. Hello, Douglas. I was taking some cars to the Brandon. When I crossed the suspension bridge, I noticed the construction sign from there. What's going on?
Ah, that. We are helping the construction site with an important job. So Topham had asked us to help them out too.
An important job with what?
If either us or Sir Topham had told you, it wouldn't be a surprise. It's something really big, something really incredible.
Percy wanted to know what it could be, but he wasn't sure. That night, Percy was out on the track taking the mail train. He was nearly at Marin Station when he saw something big in the sidings. He gasped. He saw a dinosaur!
Oh no, help!
Percy was so frightened he missed a red signal telling him to stop. And there, steaming towards him, was Henry with the flying kipper.
Eek! Watch out, Henry!
Bubble and boilers! The signalman changed the points just in time. Percy, watch where you're going! You almost ran into me!
Sorry, Henry.
Percy was racing towards Knapford Sheds. Molly, Stepney, and Neville were asleep.
Yipe! Help! Save me!
Percy's driver applied the brakes just in time. Oh, I say, Percy, old chap, what are you doing here? Oh, Stepney, Molly, Neville.
You three are never going to believe me what I saw at Mara Station.
We're tired, Percy. Whatever you saw, please, let us go back to sleep.
I've seen a dinosaur. So big and tall and scary.
Hey, that can't be right. There are no dinosaurs around on Sodor.
You've been out on the tracks in the dark too long. Ask Thomas to take the mail for you.
The next morning, Percy puffs into the yard. Thomas and Toby were there. Good morning, Percy. What's the matter?
I saw a dinosaur at Mara Station last night.
A dinosaur? Are you serious? There aren't any dinosaurs around.
I am serious, Toby. It was big and tall and scary.
Oh, you're just probably seeing things. Gordon, Henry, or James must have scared you with stories like those.
They have a point.
A dinosaur, Percy? How cool is that? Or are you letting your imagination get the best of you?
Never mind.
Percy? When the other engines heard the news, they couldn't help themselves but laugh anyway. Scared little Percy? You're off your tracks. You just had a bad dream. Dinosaurs are not real. Look out, Percy. The dinosaur might gobble you up. No one believes me. Not even especially Thomas. Maybe I did imagine the dinosaur after all. But then Percy heard an engine coming. He looked ahead to see who it was. But instead he saw a dinosaur! 2 dinosaurs! No, I didn't imagine it! Eek! Help! Save me! The dinosaurs are chasing me! Percy raced faster and faster towards the junction. The points there had been switched to the construction site. Donald and Douglas were there with the construction vehicles. Thomas was there too. He had just brought Sir Topham Hatt to see how the construction work was getting on. Yes, very good, very good. Now, Has the special delivery arrived?
No, sir. No, it hasn't. The special shipment hasn't arrived, sir.
A shipment? Of what? Before Sir Topham Hatt could explain, Percy rushed in, whistling an alarm. Help! Help! The dinosaurs! I saw them! I really saw them! They're chasing after me!
Oi, Percy, you scared us. What was that for? Racing into the construction site like that? We engines must come slowly into the construction site, not fast.
Never mind that! The dinosaurs are coming! They're big and tall and scary! Percy, there aren't any dinosaurs on Sodor. They're extinct. Whoa! Sir! I can see the dinosaurs! They're heading this way!
Bubbling boilers! Maybe Percy was right about the dinosaurs. He was right. Was he?
Ah, finally! The special delivery has arrived!
The special delivery? Oh, would you look at that?
Huh?
Good morning, sir. Stafford here, at your service.
Stafford, where have you been? They have been expecting you yesterday, but you haven't arrived.
Sorry, sir. I've never been to Sodor before. I just got here by sunset and, I kinda got lost.
I see. That explains a bit.
I spent the night in the shunting yard last night. I had to wait till morning to, get directions, but here I am anyway.
And here are the dinosaur models for the dinosaur park at last.
Stafford? Dinosaur models? Dinosaur park?
It's alright, Percy. They're not real dinosaurs. They don't get real dinosaurs around these days. Precisely, Thomas. That is why I'm planning to build a dinosaur park on this part of Sodor. Right where I can see the dinosaur models from the suspension bridge? Well, maybe. But people and engines can come here to the dinosaur park and see what these dinosaurs look like. In the meantime, Percy, I need you to deliver a mail train full of invitations to let people know about the grand opening of the Sodor Dinosaur Park. June 3rd, 4:30 p.m. at Kronk Junction, once the construction work is finished.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. I will get to it straight away.
I'm sorry I didn't believe you about the dinosaurs, Percy. That's alright, Thomas. Maybe we sometimes get scared, but if we're not scared to tell each other, then that means we're really brave engines. Saving Terrence. Diesel 10 is a VR Class 42 warship diesel with a non-regulation hydraulic claw. He works with Diesel collecting scrap from alongside the tracks and taking them to the scrapyard. The scrapyard is full of rusty old parts and machinery. They are broken into pieces, loaded into cars, and Ari and Bert take them to the steelworks, where they are melted down and used again for other things. Today, Diesel 10 and Diesel are collecting scrap from alongside the main line. They have to get the scrap metal left by the tracks and take them to the scrapyard. The scrapyard was scheduled to close around sunset in the evening. Diesel 10 and Diesel had to get the scrap to the scrapyard before then. But the load of scrap was very heavy. So Diesel pulled the cars as hard as he could, with Diesel 10 behind him. He pulled so hard, he broke his connecting rods. They were a few yards towards the scrapyard and could go no further.
Grease and oil! My connecting rods! I can't move!
Don't worry, Diesel. I'll try to push you and the cars into the scrapyard. And Diesel 10 did. The workmen cheered. Diesel 10 was pleased. But Diesel was upset that his connecting rods are broken. Luckily, Stanley, the silver saddle tank engine, was sent to help Diesel.
Don't worry, Diesel. I'll shut you to the diesel works so you can be repaired.
Thanks, Stanley.
My pleasure.
At last, Stanley arrived at the diesel works in Vickerstown. Den and Dart were there. Den and Dart are the two new diesel engines that had just arrived on the island. Den is a big hydraulic diesel engine, and Dart is a small diesel shunter. They work together at the diesel works. Hello? What do we have here?
Diesel has broken his connecting rods. They need to be repaired with new ones.
Not to worry, Diesel. We'll have new connecting rods for you as soon as we can.
I'm Den.
I'm Dart.
Nice to meet you, Den. Dart, I'm Stanley.
Just then, Diesel 10 arrived. Behind him was Hero. Sir Topham Hatt was on board. Stanley, I have an important job for you. You are to work with Diesel 10 while Diesel is being repaired. You are to collect trackside scrap and take them to the scrapyard before it closes around sunset. The main line must be cleared for other engines to pass.
Yes, sir. I'll get to it, sir.
So Stanley set out with Diesel 10 to collect the scrap that had been left by the tracks. Every time when they encounter some workmen making repairs to the track, they have a pile of scrap metal for Diesel 10 to load in the freight cars. Shortly afterward, Stanley and Diesel 10 come across some more track repairs, and another pile of scrap for the scrapyard. Then, when they arrived at the farm, next to another pile of scrap was a surprise for Stanley. It was a tractor.
Hey, you're not broken or rusty. What are you doing here?
I'm Terence. They're gonna sell me for scrap metal this week.
Well, that's a shame.
The farmer says I only need paint, polish, and fuel checking to be as good as new. But I feel like I'm old-fashioned.
What kind of work do you do best?
Will I do that much sort of work? I plow fields for the farmer to plant the seeds, and I bring trees and flowers to the farmer's garden in the spring. I often help the farmer bring wood to a shelter next to his house. He stores the wood to build a fire to keep him, his house, and even me toasty warm in the winter. Ah, yes, good times, good times.
Okay, Stanley. The next pile of scrap is loaded.
Oh, okay, Diesel 10. Bye, Terence. Sell for scrap, what a shame! Sell for scrap, what a shame! I must help Terrence! I must!
Stanley thought of everyone who liked trains, but none would strangely have room at home for a tractor like Terrence.
It's a shame! It's a shame!
Then Stanley thought of an idea in his boiler.
I had dug it before, but it ended up wrong. I'll do my best, and this time, I'll make it right.
After he delivered the scrap cars to the scrapyard, Stanley went to look for Thomas, Percy, and Toby. He found the 3 engines chattering in the shunting yard.
Hello, Stanley. You look worried. Is something wrong?
There's a tractor at the farm, Toby. He'll be sold for scrap metal this week.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Unthinkable.
And that is why I come here to ask the 3 of you to help save him before tomorrow.
No way! I am not helping you if you're gonna get me, including Percy and Toby, in trouble.
Please, Thomas, Terrence needs our help, and before you ask, he plows fields and brings trees, flowers, and firewood to the farmer.
I don't know. I don't think we should...
Oh, come on, Thomas.
Oh. I'm gonna have to help him, am I?
Yes, you are.
Fine.
Hooray!
That night, Thomas, Percy, Toby, and Stanley puffed to the farm. Terrence was there, and already asleep.
Psst! Terrence! Terrence, wake up!
Stanley? What are you and those 3 engines doing here?
Shh! Saving you from scrap, of course! Come on, let's get you away from here!
And before Terrence could say anything, he was up and aboard the flatbed. The engines steamed away from the farm, all the way to the steamworks.
You'll be safe here, Terrence!
Thank you, Stanley, but you don't have to do this. The farmer will be wondering what happened to me when he finds out I'm missing by tomorrow. And then I'll be taken to be scrapped for good.
No, you won't. I won't let that happen to you. No one will take you to be scrapped. Trust me.
The next morning, Diesel came back from the diesel works. He looked as good as new. Diesel 10 was so pleased to see him. Diesel! Welcome back! Diesel beamed happily. Stanley went to the steamworks to find Terrence. But then there was trouble. Terrence was still there when Stanley arrived. Thomas was there too, and with him was Sir Topham Hatt.
Oh no! What will he say?
Hello, Stanley. Come here, please.
How did you know I was coming here, sir?
Well, Thomas told me all about what you, he, Percy, and Toby were doing last night. He asked me for my permission if Terrence would be restored. And I must say, I think it's a wonderful idea. But you, Stanley, should have been the one to ask me first after working with Diesel 10 yesterday.
So, Terrence is not gonna be scrapped, sir?
No, Stanley, he isn't. And when you are fully restored, Terence, you will be living with the farmer on Thomas's branch line.
Thank you, sir. It will be just like in the old days.
Now Terence is as happy as can be. He has a new farmer to take care of him, and he sees Thomas, Percy, Toby, and Stanley every day. He plows the field for the farmer to plant his seeds. He brings trees and flowers to the farmer's garden, and firewood to the shed for the farmer to keep him, Terence, and the farmer's house nice and warm. Now, that night, as he rests in the shed, Terence made a wish on a star in the sky, wishing he could thank Stanley for helping him. By tomorrow, his wish will come true. Stafford the Servant Engine. Stafford is a battery electric shunting engine. Ever since he came to the island of Sodor, the sun was setting in the sky. Stafford was bringing the dinosaur models to the new dinosaur park, which was still under construction. But he didn't know how to get there. Hello? And he was a little shy to ask for help. So he got lost. And ended up in the shunting yard at Marin Station. The station master was surprised from an unexpected arrival. Stafford felt silly making a bit of a mistake. Stafford didn't reach the construction site until later the next day. Good morning, sir. Stafford here at your service. One day, Stafford was bored and had nothing to do. It was his day off from working in the shunting yard yesterday, and he wanted to find something to do that will help him pass the time. What to do, what to do? A jet engine! Oh no! Wait! Run away, jet engine! Whoa! Bust my buffers! Sorry! Ah! Oh, finally it stopped. It crashed off the line. If I didn't know better, I would swear I was in the middle of the main line. Come on, Stafford. Just because you're on the main line doesn't mean that no engine is coming your way. What was that? On! Faster! Ah! Runaway troublesome trucks! Come back here, you silly trucks! Run for the junction, Stafford! I'm running! I'll take care of those troublesome trucks. Oh no! Whew. Wow, Thomas! That was amazing! I mean, those troublesome trucks, you racing to the rescue and stopping them just in time! You saved my life! You saved my life! Oh, don't mention it, Stafford. The troublesome trucks broke away from me. I have to bring them to the shunting yard from Brendam Docks. Right now, we should get the breakdown crane. Man, I'm lucky you are here. Why were you here? I saw the jet engine zooming past along the line from the top of Gordon's Hill. That was where the troublesome trucks broke away from me. Guess you came out there to stop it? Yeah, I was out there trying to stop the runaway jet engine too. So, now that it's over, let's get it back to the yard. Soon, Thomas and Stafford brought the damaged jet engine, along with Thomas's cars, to the shunting yard. Thanks for the help, Stafford. That was kind of you. But I have other jobs to do. What jobs? I'll do them. That's nice of you, but you don't have to. It's the least I can do. You saved my life. I need to repay the favor. Well, that's what friends do for each other. You don't need to repay the favor. Yes, I do. Stafford, it's not necessary. Thomas, you don't understand. This is something I really need to do. Well, I'd hate to get in the way of things that you need to do. Great! What should I do? Well, Mavis needs more cars to be filled with stone. I was gonna bring them to her at the quarry, but maybe you can bring them to her for me. On the double! Thomas said I could bring you some more cars to be filled with stone. Great! I could use all the help I can get. Job done. Well done, Stafford. Stafford was so helpful, Thomas. You're lucky to have him with you. Thanks, Mavis. Stafford, thanks for bringing some cars to Mavis and help her bring the stone. I think you have repaid me, so we are even Steven. What? Oh no, we are not even close to being even Steven. Please, Thomas, you must allow me to assist you further. I don't know. I just don't feel right to have you doing things for me. Please. Really, you don't. Please. It's just not necessary. Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Okay, you can help Percy with the mail! I'm helping Percy with the mail!
Stafford, could you take it easily? I'm not used to get pushed and bent around about.
Right! On it!
Whoa!
Oops! Sorry, Percy. Let me get Rocky. Stafford, I appreciate all your help today, but I can take it from here. Don't be ridiculous! It is my honor and my duty. Today is just the beginning. What's that? You saved my life. According to the Stafford Battery Electric Shunting Engine Code, I owe you a favor and must assist you.
Oh, the indignity.
That's what I say. Stafford, I don't know about your battery electric shunting engine code, but I just can't have you assist me. Please, Thomas, my battery electric shunting engine code is a part of me. I have to be true to myself. If you don't let me do this, I won't be a servant engine anymore. Oh, well, I can't have you feel like you're not a servant engine, can I? Great! Then from here on it, your wish is my command. Okay. I want you to help Toby take some milk to Wellsworth Station. Stafford is on the job. Thomas said I can help you with the milk.
Really? Well, okay, Stafford. Just pull the milk tanker slowly.
The trip to Wellsworth Station was so calm. Who thought that it would be boring, rolling slowly like that? Are there other jobs you have to do?
I have to pick up the workers at the quarry. But that's not until the end of the day, Stafford.
Oh, okay. Maybe you could shunt 1 or 2 cars in the yard for a while. As you wish.
What was that all about?
I saved Stafford from runaway troublesome trucks, and now he thinks he has to assist me.
Oh well, I wouldn't agree to have some engine like Stafford assist me, would I? I can get him to set up a special day for me and Molly and
have something like that would be a dream come true. Maybe, but I feel wrong having Stafford thinking he owes me everything. I had him help Percy with the mail train, but his honor and duty are not that helpful at all.
Are they really?
Hello, Thomas. Hello, Toby. What's happening, lads?
Thomas saved Stafford's life, and now he has to assist him.
Oh, what are you having him do? Pull Annie Incredible? Do your shunting? Hail Mevis at the quarry? Or race with Bertie the bus?
That's the thing. I don't really want him to assist me, but I don't know how to get him to stop.
It's simple, lad. Just make him help you with something difficult.
Well, I don't want him to be upset.
Dinner faster yourself. He'll quit before there's even a chance he'll quit. Hold your wish. Here he comes. Ah, Stuffer. We were just visiting Thomas and Toby. But we haven't seen Percy just yet. Thomas was gonna get the goods train ready for us to take the battle on the mainland.
Yeah, I was.
We have to take oil, slate, lumber, and iron.
Iron?
Aye, and you're gonna help him.
I am?
Well, unless you don't want to help, Thomas.
I do. It is Stafford's battery electric shunting engine code.
Then get to it. Trust us, Thomas. It'll work before you know it. Oh, I thought he'd give up after shunting those trucks were taken. If I were you, Donald, I'd just pretend I didn't have anything for him to do.
Why didn't I think of that? Is this enough cars? That's plenty enough, Stafford.
Bad news. He actually ended up with a long line of cars of oil, slate, lumber, and iron. Good news? We've got a long and heavy train to pull.
Ha-ha! Yeah! You two can do it! That was awesome! Want to do it again, Donald and Douglas? Thomas can rebuild it for you. And when I say Thomas, I of course mean me.
Sure. Why not?
No! I mean, I don't think Donald and Douglas need any more of your help. I mean, my help. They don't need it. Right? Donald, Douglas?
Yeah, I guess we're good. For now. Are we? I mean, yes. Yes, we are.
And so am I. I can't think of one more thing I need help with. So, you don't have to do anything else. What do you mean? You can't think of anything else I can help with? Exactly that. There's nothing else. I don't want you to do anything. But if I don't help you, how will I know I'm a servant engine? Well, maybe there's things you need help with, but you don't even realize you need help with.
If you needed help, I think you would know that by now.
Maybe not. Maybe Thomas needs help realizing what he needs help with. Like, maybe you've got some bad coal? Or you might need help pulling Gordon's Express.
Pulling Gordon's Express? Don't be ridiculous. You and Thomas can't be that fast and strong enough to pull the Express.
Or
You might need help sorting out coaches. There are plenty of things I can help you with, and you don't even have to trouble yourself with thinking of them. No, I'll think of them. Let me think of them, with Toby and the twins. As you wish. As a sign of desperation, Thomas, Toby, and the Scottish twins huddled up at the steamworks. Percy had just been repaired and came out to join them.
I know Stafford told you that he was going to follow his battery electric shunting engine code and assist you from saving him from a runaway troublesome trucks, but you weren't okay with it, were you?
No, I'm not okay with it. I just can't stand of him and the battery electric shunting engine code. This is just disgraceful.
Disgusting.
Despicable. Whatever.
I might have known you wouldn't have let him go so easily. Well, now that you are disappeared, Thomas, maybe you could talk some sense into him.
Me? Talk some sense into Stafford? What about Victor? He hasn't met him yet. Why not have Victor's help? He could talk to Stafford privately. Thomas, my friend, I wish I could, but this is the battery electric shunting engine code you're talking about. Surely you know how important it is to Stafford. Yes, well, Stafford never gives up on it, Victor.
There's only one other way Stafford's going to realize the favor he owes you.
Toby whispered his plan to the others. Then the Steamworks manager told Sir Topham Hatt on the telephone. I'll make some arrangements right away. Later, everything was set. Thomas, Donald, and Douglas waited in the shunting yard with Sir Topham Hatt when Stafford arrived. Ah, Stafford, you're here at last. There is a freight train that has to be taken to Vickerstown. Donald and Douglas have other things to do in the yard. You and Thomas can take the freight train together. Well, as a servant engine and a follower of my battery electric shunting engine code, I will do my best, sir. Good. I know I can rely on you and Thomas, Stafford. In between the train that Thomas and Stafford were about to take were Toby and Percy, disguised as freight cars.
Psst, Toby, what exactly is the plan?
The plan is Stafford needs to save Thomas's life, and Thomas is going to be on a runaway freight train.
You can't be serious, can't you, Toby?
I'm serious, Percy. Stafford needs to save Thomas's life from preventing a nasty accident, and we are going to make it happen and work.
Ready to roll, Stafford? Ready to roll, Thomas! The two engines heaved and hauled out of the yard. They were soon out on the open line. Stafford thought things were going well. But he didn't notice that Toby and Percy were in disguise and part of the heavy train. As Thomas and Stafford approached Gordon's Hill, they started climbing. This was the signal for Toby and Percy.
Apply your brakes, Percy!
And Percy did. So did Toby. Thomas and Stafford felt the drag of the heavy freight train. It was hard work to get to the top of the hill with a heavy load. When they came down the other side, Toby and Percy released their brakes to make the heavy train push Thomas and Stafford down the hill. Whoa! Oh no! The freight cars are pushing us, Stafford! We're losing control! Uh-oh! What are we gonna do? The train rattled through Henry's tunnel, straight towards Vickerstown, where Edward, Arthur, Emily, and Diesel 10 were talking to Mollard, Spencer's brother, who was just visiting from the mainland. And then I sped over the hill, through the countryside, across the finish line, and won the great race.
Amazing.
Wow!
You're incredible, Mallard.
Oh, you're too kind, my friend. Impressive for him. Uh-oh! Thomas! Apply your brakes! I can't! The train is too heavy!
Perfect. Now for the rest of my plane.
Oh dear.
Oh, I have to help Thomas slow the train down. Come on. Is this Tomy's plan? This isn't working. Vickerstown Station came nearer and nearer. Hey, what's that? I see something coming. Uh-oh. That's not what I think it is.
Thomas? With a runaway freight train?
And a battery electric shunting engine? Don't worry, Thomas. I got this. Forget it, Stafford. We're done for. We're gonna crash. Would you just forget your battery electric shunting engine code already? No! I have to save you! And the train, too! Stafford braked as hard as he could. The train's speed began to get slower and slower and slower, until Thomas and Stafford were brought to a halt a few yards outside the station. That was too close. I did it! I saved Thomas and the freight train as well! Thanks, Stafford. Hurrah! Hooray for Stafford! Woohoo!
All right, Stafford. Well done, Stafford.
Pretty impressive. For a battery electric shunting engine.
We did it, Percy. We made it happen.
We did it? Great.
That evening, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds. All the engines, even Stafford, were there. Well done, Stafford. I heard about what happened, and I'm very pleased that not only you helped Thomas, but you also prevented a nasty accident at Vickerstown. You're a really useful engine, and a very brave one, too. He sure was, sir. The bravest of them all.
So brave.
I agree.
Very brave.
Even Gordon was especially impressed.
Pretty heroic, we might say. Wouldn't we, Percy?
Oh, yeah. How about that?
Oh, it was nothing. No, Stafford, it was something. Although, I would have been so frustrated about the battery electric shunting engine code of yours. Oh? What was that about? I know the battery electric shunting engine code is important to you, but to be honest, if something like this comes up in the future, maybe we can go back to my code, say, that's what friends are for, and leave it like that? I won't think of you as anything rude I say about you. It's a promise. Sounds good to me, but on one condition. Let's just try to avoid any situations where one of us actually needs others to save their lives. You got yourself a deal. Indeed. Well, Stafford, now that your day off is over, you will go back to work in the shunting yard, sorting out and arranging cars and coaches. Yes, sir. The next morning, Thomas went to get Annie and Clarabelle. He was surprised to find them at the platform. Annie, Clarabelle, how did you two get there so fast? Oh, Thomas! That sweet engine was so kind! Indeed! Stafford was so polite! Stafford? Here are your coaches, Thomas. It's my way of me saying I'm sorry for all I had been through with you yesterday. Oh, that's all right. I forgive you. And thank you, too. Happy to help. Toby's plan had worked. It was no more talk about Stafford as a servant assisting Thomas.